Chapter 20 of Two Blue Vortex has just been released. I will briefly go through the chapter and analyze it. Konohamaru is on this month's cover page with the title being Because of Love. The first page starts where we left off, with Matsuri grabbing Konohamaru on the verge of devouring him. She asks whether she should snap his neck or keep chatting until she devours him. In immense pain, Konohamaru reflects on what Shikamaru told him to do when he's with the Shinju. If you forgot, the plan was that Team 7 and Konohamaru are to befriend them, win them over, and tame them while they are still innocent cubs. Konohamaru then talks his way for Matsuri not to kill him. He tells her that she earlier said that it was the best day of her life, then says that if she devours him, he will die, and they won't be able to talk again. Matsuri then goes over her feelings and says that it felt like her sanity was slipping away, that he is dangerous to her and drives her crazy. Her instinct is telling her to eliminate the danger, yet there is a part of her, being Moegi, that desires him. But she feels compelled to devour him and pushes him closer to her, hurting Konohamaru even more. We are now seeing Ryu fight Team 7. As we know from last chapter, Araya lost his sword, so he can't the counter jutsu to Ryu's iron sand. Ryu easily beats Araya. Mitsuki is seen using Sage Mode. He launches snakes at Ryu. Ryu moves back and decides to move Araya in front of him so the snakes land on him. Mitsuki reacts quick and stops the attack, only for Ryu to directly hit Mitsuki, leading him to deactivate his Sage Mode. Mitsuki and Araya are standing next to Ryu as if they are puppets. Araya tells Yodo and Sarada to forget about them and save themselves, but Ryu started hurting him with the iron sand cast on him to stop saying stupid things, as he isn't gonna let any of them escape. Ryu says to himself that killing all of them doesn't make sense, so he decides to make a deal. The deal is to give him any information about Boruto, like his location and weaknesses. In exchange, he would let them go. Mitsuki tells them not to fall for it as he may still kill them all. Ryu then chokes Mitsuki with his iron sand and tells him that they are the ones who broke their word first, and tells them not to compare him with them. Yodo tells Sarada to tell Ryu where Boruto is, but Sarada says that it is a trap and that she wouldn't sell a friend out to save herself. When saying this, she gets flashbacks from her argument with Sumirai. Yodo then says she knows why she wants to protect Boruto and that she has the same feelings for Shinki. They then tell Ryu that they don't have Boruto's location, but then Yodo decides that he can take her instead, and she would cooperate with him, using her detection abilities. She then says she will start gathering whatever intel he wants now, as long as he lets the others go in return. We switch back to Konohamaru and Matsuri. Suddenly Matsuri starts crying, yet she doesn't know what it is and why she's doing it. She then says to herself that her heart is racing. Konohamaru then tells her that she is sad and that she doesn't want to kill her. We then see the other Shinju at their hideout, and we see Jura crying. This comes to show that Ikamoto and Kishimoto know what they are doing with the story, and the villains, most especially Jura. Konohamaru tells her to squeeze his hands. He tells her it's a way how special relationships start. As she grabs his hands, Konohamaru goes over the plan Shikamaru told him again, which means that the next step is to betray them. He uses a giant Rasengan and blasts Matsuri's hands off. Matsuri then calls out his name. We then see Jura go over the events, that because of love, Matsuri decided not to devour him and allowed him to trick her and deliver a painful counterattack. And also because of love, Konohamaru fell prey to doubt and foolishly let victory slip away from his grasp. We see Matsuri going for a big blow here, but it's then cut off to Yodo being impaled through the stomach with Ryu's iron sand. Sarada runs up to her. Yodo asks why things can't go well for once. Ryu then grabs Sarada with his iron sand. Yodo then talks to Sarada about her feelings, that she doesn't know herself. She then brings up that Sarada's letting a special power rot away. Yodo tells her not to hold back, and that it's okay for her to use her power for the greater good. She then says that she is allowed to use it for a special person in her life to protect them. As she said this, we see Boruto. Sarada then activates her Sharingan. Ryu then says it's time for them to get going, but suddenly, the iron sand cast upon Team 7 is starting to peel away, gathering into one spot and being sucked in some kind of black hole. We then see Sarada finally with her Mangekyo Sharingan activated. It seems that her power is somewhat similar to Kamui, to absorb things. What do you guys think of this chapter? This chapter was honestly amazing. We finally get to see Sarada use her Mangekyo Sharingan, and we see the villains being treated with well story-wise. Jura and the Shinju might become one of the best villains in not just Boruto, but even comparable to Naruto villains. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe with post notifications on so you wouldn't miss on new videos. Sorry for the lack of posts. I am currently going through a tough time at school, as I'm having a lot of tests coming at once. Anyways, that's it from me. See you guys next time.